Hello hunters, my name is Deus, and I think it's finally time to talk about one of the most interesting additions Hunting Horn got in Iceborne, the Echo Waves. I will cover the Impact Echo Wave and Dragon Echo Wave individually, and today we will start with Echo Wave Impact. In this video you will learn everything that you need to know regarding the Echo Wave and how to use it properly. The Echo Wave and Echo Attack are two sides of the same coin. If you are not familiar with the Echo Attack, I made a video covering it extensively in part 1 of my guide series. Lastly, I will play with a PS4 controller, so I will use those inputs during my guide. Alright, I think it's time to get into it. Impact Echo Wave. It is essentially a sonic wave which can deal damage. But how does it work exactly, you may ask? So, after performing an echo attack, you will store an echo mark. This is a special note required for echo songs, such as the waves. Combining this echo mark with the correct note will create an echo song. In our case, Impact Echo Wave can be prepared by queuing an echo mark and a red note. Impact Echo Wave is exclusive to the red note. As such, it is only featured on horns with the attack song. It functions similarly to the shock waves of the Encore, meaning that the waves cannot crit, nor are they affected by critical boost. It has a motion value. The damage varies depending on the hit zone you are targeting, it's not fixed. And it deals KO damage. Another thing is that Impact Echo Wave is a 2-note song, similar to Self-Improvement. Compared to 3-note songs like Melody Extended and 4-note songs like Attack Up Large, they have one less swing. Because of this, they will always end faster than the other songs, and this makes them easier to land. The unique property of the waves is that they can be stacked if you decide to play multiple of them at once. The idea is the same as buffing before the fight. After queuing all your songs and performing a recital, you can choose to wait. After you get the effect of a song, which is visually represented by the white glow on your hunter, it will move over your second song, and once this is done, it goes over your third song. What you can then do is press the recital button again to perform an encore. This will effectively give you the encore version of all the songs you have played. Now, how does it work with the Impact Waves? Here is how it goes. During the recital, you will play each wave individually, and then encore them for a combined single wave explosion. If you recite one wave, the encore will play that single wave again. If you recite 2 waves, the encore will deal double the damage of one wave. And if you recite 3 waves, it will be triple the damage of one wave. Looking at the motion value for the impact wave, we also see the same thing. It's the same pattern. Here the levels refer to the number of waves used for the encore. Level 1 has a 50 motion value, level 2 has a 100 motion value, and level 3 is 150. The damage of the encore is not the only thing that increases here. The more waves you play, the stronger the stun and exhaust damage will be for the encore. Speaking of stun, KO is what these songs excel at. Typically, Hunting Horn attack have a low amount of stun. You can see this on common moves such as the Super Pound, the Back Slam, or the Echo Attack. The Impact Echo Waves, however, are extremely good at KOing. Not only is the KO damage of one wave already high enough, it's also get better if you encore multiple waves at once. Damage aside, it's definitely the selling point for those. While it's true that the waves cannot crit, this doesn't mean that we cannot make them stronger by any means. Boosting our raw is how we achieve this. Anything that increases our damage number will also make our waves more potent. Here is a non-exhaustive list of common ways to do so. Buffs, armor skills, consumables, food skill, or augments and awakenings for attack. Since those songs scale with your raw, It makes the waves not ideal for elemental hunting horn because we do not focus on raw boosting as much on those hunting horns. All in all, the way we use the impact echo waves is extremely similar to the Recital and Encore heavy playstyle of Monster Hunter World. It's essentially a sped up version of that. Now that we know how the impact echo wave works, we will look into how to use it properly. The first and most important thing to work on is how to land the waves. For that, we must look at the hitbox of the attack. It is located at the upper part of the horn. This isn't so bad when you're trying to land a forward recital because it puts the hitbox right in front of what you are trying to hit. However, when performing a neutral recital, the hitbox is behind us. If you were wondering why you miss more during a neutral recital, that's why. To fix it, we must bring our echo waves hitbox closer to the target. Luckily, there is a simple technique to do that, but before I talk about this, we need to understand how recital and encore work. We can divide a recital or an encore in three parts. Beginning, which is when we perform the attack and swing our horn. The middle, which is when the song is being played. And the end, which is the recovery animation after playing a song. During the middle part, there is a window where you can input a direction. To be more specific, it is while your hunter is doing that little dance, jamming to the music. While playing songs, it is possible to move forward or turn around if you use the left analog stick. To move forward, simply hold the stick forward. And to turn around, you can just hold the stick left or right. Okay, this is useful, but if we keep holding it, we will move too much and this can be bad for our positioning. So how do we fix this? There is a simple trick like I said, and it's called the hunting horn shuffle. If we keep holding the stick, our movement is quite limited. However, if we hold it forward to move close enough and then let go of the stick, our hunter will go back to a neutral position. What we can then do with this technique is perform a neutral recital, hold the left stick forward to bring the hunting horn closer to the target, and as soon as it's close enough to land our impact echo wave, we let go of the stick to go back to a neutral position. The reason why this is so effective is because while moving, your hunter will take a step forward with their right foot. While doing this, they will turn a bit and bring the hunting horn closer to our target. Thanks to Iceborne, it is now a lot easier to move around while playing songs, so make sure to do that in order to land your waves. If you watch any hunting horn speedrun in Iceborne, you probably realize that the echo attack was used a lot more than the waves. And I'm sure that you are also wondering whether the waves are worth using or not. And the answer to your question is yes. Yes, they are. In order to cue our echo waves, we must use the echo attack. The waves are not always available right away, and they require some setup. By design alone, you are bound to use the echo attack a lot more. However, this does not mean that the impact echo wave is worse than echo attack. And to verify it, we will compare the most common combos for echo wave and echo attack. This is the set I will be using for my testing. It's the one I use for multiplayer and casual hunts in general. These are the combos we will be looking at. For the wave combos, we have two of these. The first one is neutral recital, playing two waves, and then forward encore. The second combo is the safest option. It is neutral recital, playing two waves, left encore. Oh, as you can see here, the safe echo wave combo is very close to the damage of the echo attack one, while our typical wave combo deals even more damage. The waves are not weak by any means, they are situational. You might not see them used as often as the echo attack, but when you do, you can be sure that it is for a reason. Now that you know that the damage is not an issue for the waves, I hope that you will be using them more often. Before we look into the good combos, I have to point out what you shouldn't be doing. Since using the waves is the same thing as playing songs, there are some things that you should avoid at all costs. For the recitals, never use back, right, left, and raw forward recitals. All of those take too long to perform, and there are better ways to achieve the same thing while being more efficient. For the forward recital, it should be used as a follow-up after a super pound or forward slam. Always aim for a weak spot. As I said earlier, the damage is not fixed. Your attacks will deal more damage if you target the correct zone. As a side note, a KO can only occur after dealing enough stun damage on the head. Your waves are incredibly good at stunning the monster, so make sure you aim for the head. All the Encores can be used depending on the situation, but right Encore is the one which sees the least amount of usage. This is because it takes too long to perform compared to the left Encore. Okay, let's get back to the Echo Wave combos. For the recitals, we have 3 good ways to start one. Neutral, forward slam into forward recital, and super pound into forward recital. Neutral recital is by far your fastest option. The angle is ideal for hitting the monster whether you are in front of it or on the sides. Forward recital after a super pound or a forward slam lets you adjust to what is happening. For example, if the monster gets KO'd by a forward slam or super pound, it can go right into a forward recital and start playing immediately. You can also use this to go into a recital preemptively if you know that the topple or KO is about to come. Another recital option could be the quick recital. To perform this one, you must press the recital button right after a heal stab. This recital is very fast and can be used if the target's weak spot is too high for us to reach. This method is not used as much as the 3 others because of how high it brings the hitbox of the waves. Typically, the impact echo waves are reserved for a big opening such as a KO or a topple. In those instances, the monster's head is rather low on the ground. The angle of the quick recital is not ideal here in those cases, and it might make us miss our target completely. This is quite apparent when fighting a Rathalos or Raytheon. Now, for the Encores, forward and back Encores are the longest and most damaging options. While forward Encore is rather easy to use, back Encore can be tricky. Make sure you have your back turned on the monster before landing it. If you do this, you will go toward the monster instead of going away, and this makes landing said Encore easier. Both are strong options should the right opportunity present itself. Left Encore is your fastest option. It won't deal as much damage as the other two, but you will get to play your waves quicker. Speed is crucial to make sure that we can attack safely before the monster has a chance to react. And lastly, neutral Encore is your second fastest Encore. If you do not want to move from your position, you can go for that one. It depends. Using 1, 2 or 3 waves are all optimal options. The number of waves you will be using will mainly depend on the length of the opening you get. Playing 1 wave is good for shorter downs, or if you want a quick way to deal damage before rolling away. After a neutral recital, we wait for the impact wave to land, before we roll cancel out of the animation. This can be used as a fast poke to get some damage in smaller openings. If we get a flinch with our recital, the same thing can be done here as well. Playing 2 waves is reserved for sizable openings such as a KO or a Topo. Playing 3 waves is ideal for longer knockdowns such as a dunk. And now for our finale, we will talk about Hunting Horn's new toy in Iceborne, the triple wave Wake Up. This is the highest amount of damage Hunting Horn is able to deal in one hit. It's effectively a 150 motion value. As such, it is important to know how to use it, and for that, I will show you how I do it. First, you make sure that there is some space between you and the monster. Then, we perform a neutral recital and go through each of our waves. After the third wave explodes, we use a forward Encore to close the gap and then wait for the explosion. While intimidating at first, this is really not that hard to pull off. Iceborne made turning and moving while playing song a lot easier than before. Make sure to do so if you need to adjust the angle before the impact. In my opinion, this is the easiest and safest way to land a triple impact Echo Wave Encore on a monster while sleeping. If you have a better technique that you prefer using over this one, by all means, feel free to use whatever you are more comfortable with. And this concludes part 2 of my Hunting Horn guide series. In part 3, we will take a closer look at the Echo Wave Dragon, similarly to what we did today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's seek self-improvement.